Good evening, kids, parents, chess teachers. Welcome back to our chess lessons. Now, today we will talk about the pawn endgame that happened between Cohn and Rubinstein in 1909. Of course, you know that Rubinstein was one of the best endgame players ever in history of the chess game. So what we have here is a double pawns, and just because that reason black can win the game. We also have a pawn on h2 that is an isolated pawn. So look at the plan that Rubinstein is choosing with the black side. He doesn't go with the king to the center of the board, but he plays king f6, and he's going to target the pawn on h2, right, all the way to h3. And now, of course, we have a king on h3 that is very active comparing to the king on g1 that is inactive, right? The king on g1 has to stay and protect the pawns here. So the question is now how to win the game. Look at the next move that is really a very nice one, pawn to e5. Now, why pawn to e5? Because you want to stop this pawn to go forward, right? So you don't want to play something like this, pawn to f5 and then f4, and then you have a problem with the pawn on e6, right, the backward pawn. But you want to play e5, and that way this pawn is really now a weak one. King h1, and another great move, b5. This is an important move because with this move you'll see later on, if the king goes all the way this way, you can simply capture the pawn on a3. King g1, and now Rubinstein is pushing all those pawns forward, and he found a plan here to trade. Right, he's okay to trade the pawns, right? Because the activity of the king, e4, and look, he now takes on e4 and plays h4. So what's going to happen is after the trade, the black king ended up in much better position, and now black can play king f3 and capture on e4, and then go to the other side and capture the pawns, right? So that's one way that this game could be won. Let's see. Let's see. Is there anything else that we could learn about this endgame? Yes, here in this position, when black played e5, probably the best move for white would be a4, right? Better than king h1, but it's not going to change much the game. But a4 is stronger move, um, and um, and let's say here in this position, instead of king g4, it's also possible to play like this, to play e4, right? That's also a nice move. Basically, the idea is the same, right? If pawn takes, then you take this way and then still push those pawns forward and play g3, right? The same idea like in the game. Or if pawn goes to f4, you can take, and then this pawn is weak. You can play king g4 and win that pawn on f4 and win the game. That means there was no really chance in this position. After black got his king to h3 and this move e5, there is no chance for white to save this game. The game is lost. So what is important that we learned here is the activity of the king. You see, this black king is so much better than the white king, and for that reason, black is winning the game. Also, of course, the double pawns are important because this could never happen if the pawns are in a like if this f3 pawn would be on g2, right? So that would never happen, right? But here there is a weakness on this side, and black simply can go and capture the pawns. Well, why don't you take this position? You can set it up in chess.com or leechess.org, and you can play this position against the computer. And if you can win against the computer, then you certainly understand this position very well. I hope you enjoyed the lesson for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.